Hello everyone and welcome to DRMS Middle School News. I'm Jalen Cordova.
And I'm Emery Figueroa. Let's take a look at the headlines around campus. Report cards went out last Thursday.
High school cross-country state qualifier Emily Torres stopped by the middle school to speak with athletes.
Midterms elections are November 8th.
Dia de los Muertos was celebrated November 2nd.
But first, we want to know about our middle school counselors.
This is our counselor, Mr. Menchaca. He has been working for the district for 6 years. This is his first year working as a counselor, and he taught 5 years teaching Algebra 1. His work involves helping students improve in life and in academics. Mr. Menchaca worked as a middle school coach for 2 years, worked in the medical clinic, and also works in 3 radio stations. Here are some words he has to say to students.
So just to be able to help anyone in any way that I can, whether it be to share a message with them, help them academically, help them through a situation, that's something that makes this job really, really fun for me.
This November 8th is Election Day. Don't forget to tell your parents to vote. Residents in Texas had the opportunity to cast their ballots early from October 24th through November 4th. When you turn 18, you have the right to vote for issues you care about and for people you think will represent your ideas the best.
Like I've been telling my students this week, it's super important to make sure that we vote, because as soon as y'all turn 18, you'll be able to make your voice heard. If you don't vote, you're making it likely that someone you don't like will become president or mayor or governor. So it's really important to make your voice be heard. And again, I think the best way to make your voice heard by politics is to vote and to make sure that people that you're friends with vote too when they turn 18.
Grades are an important part of school. While it does not define who you are, it certainly can affect your thinking if you fail too many times. Don't forget to take advantage of your teacher's tutorial times and do your daily work and check your grades on Skyward.
This is a public service announcement that attendance matters. Students should strive to come to school every single day. There are, however, exceptions. If you are ill or have a family emergency, have your parents or guardians call the front office at 830-778-4500 and explain the reasons why you are absent.
The Dia de los Muertos is a celebration of life and death. This celebration is intended as a positive honoring of the dead to remember those who passed away but are still in our heart and in our mind. While the holiday originated in Mexico, it is celebrated all over Latin America with colorful skulls and skeletons. The sweet Mexican Day of the Dead bread is put on altars to honor, remember, and feed dead family members crossing over on this day. Flowers, butterflies, and skulls are typically used as symbols. The cempasúchil type of marigold flower to Mexico is often placed on ofrendas and around graves with their strong scent and vibrant color. The petals and candles are used to make a path that leads the spirits from the cemetery to their families' homes.
DRMS News here, and today we'll be going over Veterans Day. November is Military Families Month, where we recognize the role that military families in the United States have. Also, on November the 11th, we celebrate veterans and their sacrifice to the nation. Veterans Day was first introduced in 1919 after World War I. Also, don't forget to thank veterans for all they have done for us and the country. Also, a good way to celebrate Veterans Day is with 2 minutes of silence at 2:11 on Friday.
Last Thursday, we had the opportunity to talk to Emily Torres. Here's what she had to say about her departure to the state championship race.
I feel nervous, excited, but relieved at the same time. But just overall, I just feel really honored.
It's very important to support people from our community, especially when they do something great. Emily Torres is representing Del Rio Middle School. She's representing Del Rio High School. She's representing Del Rio as a community. So that's why I think it's very valuable to support our student athletes.
I think it's really great that you guys are supporting me, and it makes me really honored and just to represent you guys once again. And I think it just brings us closer as a community that we come together just for anything, not just for me, but for any sport or any academic accomplishment. So I think that's really great.
It's sports time. Did you catch the World Series between the Astros and Phillies?
Are they middle school?
No.
Then I don't care. Let's see what's going on in sports. Last week, we had our first basketball tryouts. Around 100 students, both boys and girls, tried out. Each student gave it their best shot.
and that's all we ask for. No matter if you did or didn't make it, we are so proud of each and one of you. Every student who tried out for basketball was amazing, but there is only 24 students who will make the team. We interviewed the coaches about their ambitions. Here's what they had to say.
And teams were chosen. 8th grade ended up having 22 players, and 7th grade ended up with 29 players. We are excited about the season, so it was a good turnout.
Really good. Seeing a lot of competition, a lot of kids that came out, which is great to see them try and participate in extracurricular activities. So it's been really fun. I'm glad basketball season's back at it.
Del Rio Cares continues to bring awareness to students about topics that are difficult to discuss.
We don't just want to talk about emotional health. We also want to highlight physical health and keep you well informed.
This week's Del Rio Cares is about your digital footprint and why you should be careful about how you use your devices.
Almost all of us use the internet in one way or another. Even from a simple Google search to watching a YouTube video, we use the internet in most of our daily lives. But did you know that almost everything you do online is being monitored and can be traced back to you? This is why you should leave a good digital footprint. If you don't know what a digital footprint is, basically it is the impression you leave on the internet. So make sure everything you do on the internet is appropriate and safe.
Jalen, do you have a favorite teacher?
Yeah, Mr. Alvarez. What about you?
Miss Roundtree, of course. This week, Teacher's Feature highlights Mr. Martinez.
This is Mr. Martinez. He teaches 8th grade social studies and has been an educator for some years now. His teaching style ranges from traditional lecture to interactive lessons. Students tell us he is nice and fair. Mr. Martinez was inspired to become a teacher from his previous job as a supervisor. He loved to help and teach others and always wanted them to do their best. Let's see what he and some of his students have to say.
I like to see the changes that some of the students go through during the year. So that's the most rewarding thing about being a teacher, is the fact that when they come in at the beginning of the year, they're one way, and when they end up at the end of the year, when they end up finishing, they're very, very different.
He's cool. He's real nice, and
he teaches good, and he's funny. He's not mean.
Girl, the weather has been all over the place lately.
I know. One day it's cold, next day it's hot.
Sure makes me glad I didn't get my hair done.
Let's take a look at the weather. But your hair looks good.
This week's weather is going to be mostly cloudy and somewhat sunny with the lowest temperature of 50 degrees Fahrenheit and with the highest temperature of 81 degrees. Please make sure to wear a jacket or anything that can keep you warm this cold fall. It means there will be fewer hours in the day to the northern hemisphere pointing away from the sun, so please take advantage an hour or more of sleep on November 6th as a result of daylight saving time.
It's birthday corner time!
Here we take a look at who's celebrating birthdays this week. Happy birthday to all my Scorpios. Period.
Hello, Del Rio Middle School. These are the birthday shoutouts we have received. Victoria Garcia, Jaylene Rodriguez, Kaden St. Germain, Kaylee Martinez. These are all for today's birthday shoutouts. Bye!
One more thing, Student Council is having a canned food drive. Please bring items to your first period teacher by November 16th.
Don't forget, this Friday is Veterans Day. Thank a veteran for their service. If you have a picture of your family member in their service uniform, please bring a 4x6 or a 5x7 copy of the original by the office by November 9th.
That's a copy of the original because we don't want anything to happen to your photos. We want to make a picture while honoring those who have served.
Remember that every student and teacher makes our school special.
We want to showcase you. If you have any story ideas, club or school projects to promote, please stop by Mr. Alvarez's class or email him. We will see you all next week. Bye.